What's going on, family? Thank you for tuning in to today's live. You're locked in with the Coach Smook Network, and I'm your host, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. Before we get rolling, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button, share the stream out, and if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss any of the action. Now listen, if you really rock with what we're building here, I invite you to take the opportunity to support the channel by becoming a member of the AAA family. Our mantra is authenticity above all. Everything we do, our content and our community, is built on creating and enjoying quality, authentic conversations, real insight, and real information surrounding sports entertainment. Your membership directly assists in the growth of the Coach Smook Network, and every hard-earned dollar you contribute is not only appreciated, it's paid forward. We proudly make monthly contributions to various community health and awareness organizations because impact matters. If you want to get even more involved with the community, be sure to join our Discord. You can type the command right now in the live chat or head over to our main YouTube page and click the Linktree link in the description. And for those who want to support the network directly, you can donate through multiple options: Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Every bit of support helps us continue to grow and elevate this platform. Thank you all for the love and the support and the energy you bring every single time. Now buckle up because it's time to get into the show. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's get it. You're talking about Jalen Milroe? And the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
It's not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Y'all, let's get it. Let's get in the game. This is not a celebratory live stream, y'all. We got some breaking news, man. Some breaking news. It was surfacing earlier this morning. I'm not a rumor person, so of course we got confirmation. Star Alabama guard Aden Holloway arrested. What we know based off the reports and now what's circulating amongst rumors, right? And then I'll tell you what exactly I know from here. What's going on? I can't zoom in. I'm trying to zoom in for y'all so y'all can see it. Okay, there it is. We got a little glitch going. Why is it freezing over there? But it's Tuscaloosa News, Emily Smar. Alabama basketball guard Holloway arrested. What we know, and this is nothing to laugh about. We just got some things to talk about. I got some questions. And of course, as we are talking, and we'll open the phone lines and get your thoughts and get your opinions. Let's see. What are we reading here? Alabama basketball guard Aden Holloway was arrested on the morning of Monday, March 16th. That was this morning. According to the information provided by a spokesperson from the Tuscaloosa Police Department, Holloway was charged with first-degree possession of marijuana and failure to affix a tax stamp. The spokesperson said agents with West Alabama Narcotics Task Force conducted a search of a residence within the 400 block of 30th East Avenue on Monday morning and recovered more than a pound of marijuana paraphernalia and cash. Holloway is 21 years old and a junior at the University of Alabama. He was transported to the Tuscaloosa County Jail on Monday morning and had his bond set at $5,000, according to the spokesperson. The Tuscaloosa County Jail no longer lists Holloway as an inmate, indicating that he has been released on bond. That's what Tuscaloosa News has to report. Let's see what ESPN said. Let's see. Alabama star has been arrested felony drug charges 4 days before his team is set to play in the NCAA tournament. West Alabama, blah, blah, blah. We read that part. per Alabama law, the possession charge can carry a penalty of up to 10 years in jail and a fine of $15,000. Holloway, 6'1" junior guard, scored 18 points last Friday, and the teams lost to Ole Miss in the opening round of the SEC tournament. 44% from the three, has the number 3 offense in the country, and earned the number 4 seed in the Midwest region. Oh, so Alabama hasn't responded. So let's see how. First of all, let's ask questions before we start speculating and getting into why we're here. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the chat. I'm your boy, Coach Smook. What's up, Bishop? Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see everybody out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Make sure y'all liking and sharing the stream, man. What's up, Zach? What's up, Zach? Good to see you, man. Roll Tide for my buddy Zach. Good to see you, Zach, man. Zach, make sure you share this in the moderators chat at everybody. He said, I pray for him and his family that everything goes smoothly. Yeah, man, I'm torn with this topic, with this situation, man. Man, it's a rough one. It's a rough one. Put me in the game, Coach Smook. What's up, Kay? Good to see you over there on TikTok, man. Make sure you sharing that thing for me, man. Get it over. Let's get some people on the phone lines. I'm going to open the phone lines here in about 15 minutes. We're going to just kind of cipher through this and see what's really going on. I want to know something. I'm gonna look something up. I'm just looking at something, man. I'm just looking at something from because from what I know, he's not a street kid. Definitely one of your new age youngins that's really hip with the culture, right? Very stylish. When I got to meet the team last year, his first year on the roster, very well spoken, knows how to handle the media, energetic on the floor. Overall, a good young man, from what I know. So, to hear like college kids being caught with weed, that's not a surprise. What's good, Eric? Good to see you, man. Welcome into the chat. Roll time, my brother. Good to see you. And it's not like it's not a normal thing for collegiate athletes to have possess or utilize marijuana. Not to say that it's right. These are adults, young adults. They make their choices. They do what their pockets can handle, right? That's what my dad used to say. Do what your pockets can handle. But I was out on the walk and I started seeing all the notifications, and it's cold out there. So like, y'all know my nose and it's pollen and everything. The weather's going crazy. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. I got my water over here. But like to see some of the things transpire that people are already saying on Twitter is kind of disheartening. And once again, the Alabama fan base being the Alabama fan base, and yes, we know that marijuana possession is illegal, but I guarantee you, all jokes aside, man, I guarantee you, I can go on any of these tweets and these threads and find somebody doing something illegal. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going to happen to Aden Holloway long term, but here's a scenario of what potential could happen. Relative to his playing career going forward, a felony does not automatically mean expulsion. If a student is arrested or charged with a felony, the university does not automatically expel them just because of the charge. The school usually reviews the case through a student code of conduct process. The university can discipline a student if the crime happened off campus. If the conduct is considered harmful to the university community or to the university community or violates university rules. So question, and this is a real question to you, everyone in the chat, right? Right. Oh, he's already out, Alec. He's already out. He made, it was a $5,000 bond. Here's the question though, chat. And shout out to I Talk SEC on Twitter. That's who posted that tweet. I'm gonna repost it for those that don't follow him. I don't think I follow him. I just seen it's starting to pick up some heat on views. Oh, I do follow him. That's I Talk SEC. Yep. Who is that? Why do I know that face? I don't know this name though. Who is this face? But check it out, y'all. This is the tweet I just read. Pretty solid tweet, man. I like it. Very informative. Is this Jordan? Okay, solid. Welcome in, Jordan. Appreciate you jumping on the ones and twos. Y'all give it up for my producer, my brother Jordan. Shout out to the 140 in the chat, man. 25 on YouTube, 78 on Twitter, and the 1 on Twitch. Hey, make sure y'all go follow my Twitch too. We're gonna start doing our check them out coach series, reacting to highlights, helping these high school athletes gain exposure. But also, we're doing education segments where we'll have special guests, NFL players, former NFL players, current collegiate athletes, current high end training, specialty development personalities, all of that stuff. So we're gonna have a big series popping off on Twitch. We're gonna be it's gonna be an interactive stream, so it's gonna be going for hours throughout the day. We're getting back into our full-time content mode for the off season, and we'll be making some appearances at a lot of 7-on-7. So help us continue to gain this exposure. Help us continue to grow here on the YouTube side by subscribing, sharing the content, and getting those kids, that helping them get that exposure, man. So much untapped talent that 24/7 and on 3 they don't get to evaluate or put out there. We want everybody to have equal opportunities, and it doesn't have to be D1, and that's what we're teaching these kids. Every opportunity is an opportunity. The ultimate goal is to maximize your potential and get to the next level. So we're doing it. I Talk SEC, like I said, that tweet that I just read, not sure what's going to happen to Aden Holloway is what he says. I'm zooming in on the wrong screen. Here we go. It says, not sure what's going to happen to Aden Holloway long term, but there's a scenario of what potentially could happen relative to his playing career moving forward. Felony doesn't automatically mean exposure, and then he explains it through how the process goes through the university and their student code of conduct. So I said I'm gonna propose a question. This is the question, and it's a legit question. Does possession of marijuana, is that deemed harmful to the community or violates, you know what I'm saying? Is it deemed harmful to the community? And does it truly violate the university rules? Because they said if he didn't have it on campus, this is off-campus housing, clearly, off of 30th Ave, if I'm not mistaken. That's right off campus. That's usually where like your juniors and your seniors, they don't stay on campus, especially the athletes. But I don't know, man. I just, is it harmful? I don't think so. I've never seen weed hurt anybody. Never seen the possession or the use of it hurt anybody, right? Is it illegal in the state of Alabama? Yes. But like I said, this is a young man. He's a young adult, and he can make his own choices, right? My point of this is it worth risking your career? Like we talked about, I have my thoughts on Aden Holloway, and Jordan, you could create some banners, some catchy banner for the headliner or whatever. That'll be fine, and comments would be fine too also. And if you see any other articles, you could screen share and I could pull it up to the screen. We'll work this, y'all. But yeah, as you come in, make sure you drop a like on the stream, y'all. Make sure y'all liking the stream. I see y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for pulling up. Drop some comments. What are your thoughts on the initial reports of this? We got 26 people in the live right now on YouTube. Let's get these likes up. What are your thoughts? A pound is a little crazy, but he should play. Alec, I agree right there. To have that much, that's wild. That's wild. If you're familiar with measurements, right, and the amounts, that's a lot for one person to have. I want to propose this question though, Alec, and everybody in the chat. Do you think he has roommates? Because if he has roommates, why is the media, and this is my problem with the media, why is the media making it as if he has roommates, if there's multiple people that got arrested on the same charge, why is the media making it as if it was just Aden? Because recovering a pound of weed at his residence could have been like, an ounce here, a couple of ounces here, and then a half there in this room, but it was all in the same house. So is it that? And I'm not saying it's right, because it's not right. It's not right at all. Okay, we're not condoning it. We're not endorsing it. Right? I am not anti 420, just so y'all know, but I'm not endorsing it. This is a professional athlete, a semi-professional, an amateur athlete we're talking about, is getting paid to conduct himself within some guidelines in order to make this this his career. It's not the weed that could be the problem, it's the amount. That's the thing. Like, even in the state of Alabama now, it's just a fine. Like, you get a possession, whatever the certain amount is, it's a possession charge or whatever, you pay a fine. And I think I don't know what the actual laws are. Let's see what the marijuana laws are. What are All right, we just gonna get a little synopsis of the laws, y'all. What source can we use? Okay, here we go. All right, this is per normal.com. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. We're actually talking about possession, because it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy that this is still a thing, and we're seeing medicine, and it's mainstream now. I mean, what letter? I know that athletes shouldn't be above the law, right? But I'm already seeing some prejudice with him being an athlete. It's we've seen it before, and I'm not just talking about at the University of Alabama, and I'm not just talking about the fact that he's an African American. I'm talking about just the fact that he's an athlete, right? We see the prejudice already being established through media, and that's what bothers me in this, because if there are other factors that are going to be later announced or whatever, like, why not wait until then? Why are we reporting this as if it's just him? And then in the same sense, why do you have a pound of weed, young man? Like, that is crazy. That is crazy. As a veteran, we've seen some cases, right? We've seen some cases in the military, and the first time I got to see, like, as an adult, right, in the military, first time being able to see a pound of marijuana, like, that's a lot of weed. That's a lot of marijuana. So why you need that much as a star athlete? I mean, what's his NIL value? What's Aden Holloway's NIL value? Jordan, can you look that up for me real quick? But the possession in the state of Alabama is a misdemeanor charge. Any amount is a misdemeanor charge. Incarceration, and a max fine of $6,000 if previous non-personal conviction felony, meaning the amount exceeds the misdemeanor amount, 1 year and 1 day to 5 years. Max fine is $7,500. Any other personal use, any amount, you know what I'm saying? And these are based off of the amounts they find. So in excess of 2.2 pounds, less than 100, felony. Okay. Oh, and then his license could be suspended for 6 months. This is crazy, man. You know what? Some things, like, I know God, we're supposed to, as believers, right? We're supposed to operate off faith and not things that are tangible. But when some things are just like sitting right there in front of you for you to possess, me and knowing where I've been in life, like, if I ever had these level of opportunities, not saying that I didn't have good opportunities, but these kids are making thousands of dollars, right? And you can talk to families and family members and say it ain't really as all as they making it out the deep. Well, I tell you what, you go back 10 years, what is it now? Take it back to 2006, 2007. You know, if NIL was remotely a thing when I was 15 and I was making decisions on what I need to do in life or how things could develop in life because of the financial gain, if I had like I guarantee you, my parents would have been a little bit more invested. The community around us would have been more invested. Like, money does really move things. So for these young men to have these opportunities in front of them and to kind of like gamble with them, I don't understand it. Now, if I'm an athlete and I'm a collegiate athlete, I'm 20 years old, 21 years old, and I'm living in the state of Colorado, there might be a different sense of how this applies to me when it comes to marijuana, or California or Arizona. Like, the NCAA has a set of rules, and then you have laws that are federal laws and things there's so much gray area in this. But then when you have a state like the state of Alabama and you say, we don't care what you're doing with it, unless you got a green card from a doctor, and even in that, it has to be controlled in a certain area. You can't have it out and about. Like, even in that, when you know that you're in one of these states, like, you put yourself in so many different situations more than just possession of marijuana. You're a young African-American man in the state of Alabama, the time of morning where you got your house searched and all of these things, like, they finding cash. Like, it's a lot of things that you really just open a can of worms on. And why? Because you have the tangible motivation right there in front of you. You have the tangible motivation in front of you. Jordan, let me know if you find that not worth risking a promising career at the next level. Facts, man. Not at all. Not at all. Appreciate you for pulling up today too, man. Give it up for all the viewers in the live chat today. I want to hear y'all on the phone lines too. We're gonna open the phone lines here in about 10 minutes, y'all. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. We're gonna open the phone lines. He said, "True. Free my boy Aden. He did nothing wrong." Hey, he free already. He done paid his bond. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of them things. Like, man, you hate that it got public, because any other person, right, get pulled over, they make bond. The same laws apply, but it's Alabama Star Guard. Pound of weed is crazy, but yeah, the kinesis. And so the people that's coming in, y'all speak the lingo clearly, right? I ain't gonna do y'all like that. But a pound is crazy though. That's wild. A pound in the state of Alabama at that. Like, are we having issues with our NIL? That's the first question. Are we having issues with our NIL? But on a more serious tip, what about the people around them? Right? What about the people around them? Who's around them? Who's really checking in on them? Who's really trying to guide this young man? That's where I think agents at this level can really change how things transition into the NFL and set more positive outlook or projection for these young men transitioning into that life. Because even in college, like, you get a certain amount, of NIL, but NFL money and college money is two different things. It's two different things. And at the NFL level, you're forced to have a certain type of staffing around you and things put in front of you that you have to handle. And your level of living requires certain things. So the agents influence a lot of that. He has representation. I can't wait to see the statement, that's the PR statement. I would rather see this young man go live and just be accountable, because the damage is already done. Oh, we got a comment. Come on, we got 34 watching on YouTube. Come on, give me some likes, man. Y'all got me over here. I'm sniffing and stuff. I was ready to come home and drink some warm tea. It's cold outside down here in Alabama. 148 total in the chat. Give it up for everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all for pulling up today on the Coach Smook Network. 148 in the chat. 108 on Twitter. Twitter, what y'all got to say today, man? I know a lot of y'all think I'm on here hating. I'm actually concerned. I think this is this cause for us concern, because now there's going to be a light on the team that kind of like we don't need. You don't need. There's enough flaws in this NATO's philosophy, and I'm gonna keep ringing that bell. Yes, I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. But let's be real, man. Where's the support system, right? Where's the community? Let's keep it a stack. There are tons of pro players and ex-pros who actively speak on how they smoke before games and during the pro career. Pro teams don't care about weed. We're not denying that. We're not denying that, Alec. That's a great point. But this is a state where these players get briefed on these type of instances, right? There's not a time, I don't believe, that before contracts are signed that certain things are talked about. And I guarantee you, I know plenty of athletes right now on current rosters that, you know, have had issues with passing piss tests, and weed being the issue, the THC being the issue. So it's not like it's one of those things that, and I truly believe that we're in such a progressive state in society that even those that choose not to utilize it or partake in it, they are understanding the benefits and choosing to accept it. So it's not necessarily endorsing it. It just is not for me. I understand that crowd, but to label it as a drug and all these other things, knowing the actual science behind it, backing all of the health benefits and utilizing it in different ways, you don't just smoke it or eat it, whatever, is different things that it helps with. It's amazing to me that this is still an issue, right? And it's not political, right? We're not discussing it from a political standpoint. We're talking about it for the athletes. Like we know that there have been more medications that have given athletes mental trauma and created, you know, psychotic type of reactions and things. So you've seen athletes like, man, prime example and great example, Ricky Williams refused to put it down. Never throughout his career could he go without passing a drug test, right? That's what he was known for. This man was out the league for how many years? 4 years? Came back and led the league in rushing after being away for 4 years and smoking daily. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man. One thing that's going to be huge for this situation is, how does Nate Oates handle it? Okay. How does Nate Oates handle it? Well, how do you think it should be handled? AAA family, everybody in the chat, I see your comments. Every year there seems to be an issue that becomes a distraction at the worst time. And you know what? You're absolutely right. Is this a Nate Oates problem? You know how media tries to do. I don't think so. These are grown men at this point, man. These are you're given a job. You're getting paid, you know, and you're getting a free education. I think, and I'm not, like I said, at some point you have to make choices, right? We're not all on the same level. As much as we want to create a sense of equality, we are not all afforded the same opportunity. So when you give in an opportunity, and that opportunity requires you to do A, B, C, D, and don't do absolutely zero, don't do F, E, F, G, whatever. You have to make those choices, man. Come on, man. Alabama loves playing criminals. Oh, we got a troll in the chat. Nate Oates will play Aden Holloway anyway. He's a cheat. Hey, Leo, I would love for you to call in. I want to hear your thoughts on this situation. What do you think should happen to Aden Holloway? I'm open to all conversation on this. This is, to me, this is an issue that needs to be discussed. At what point does the state of Alabama start to become more progressive in as far as the marijuana laws? I tell you what, I've seen more people die from drunk driving than I've seen people die from, you know, driving while high, right? I've seen more people go out and commit murders and drive-by shootings, poked up on cocaine, and I've seen more people be robbed because somebody was under the influence of methamphetamine and all of these other drugs. Very rarely do you hear somebody doing something while they was high off some weed. I'm just saying, y'all could laugh, y'all could boo, whatever, but I'm just saying, like, very rarely. Most of the time they get hungry and they go to sleep. They go to sleep. They go eat, or they get very productive. Right? But most of the time they go to sleep. They eat and they go to sleep. And usually, if you're talking to them, they have some positive insight on some things. Very, very, very enlightening. I like how a bunch of people say we shouldn't get these young men in trouble, but they want the book thrown at Aden. Hey, I don't want the book thrown at the young man. I want to know all the details. I want to present some questions. Phone line is open, 334-625-1121. We'll get the phone lines open. Y'all, tap in here on the Coach Smook Network. Shout out to Walk-Ons for sponsoring our calling segments. Jordan, take us to the Walk-On promo.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On's Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
All right, let me see, man. Make sure we got everything hooked up. Phone lines open, man. I know y'all want to talk about it. I know y'all got y'all opinions. Give me your thoughts. 334-625-1121. Phone lines are open. Hey, clearly it's Nate's Oates problem. This always happens with that guy. Leo, I want to hear you call in, man. You giving some good energy in the chat. I'm not blaming Nate Oates. This is a grown man we're talking about. We got our first call on the line.
Call from Zach Willie.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man.
What's good, Coach Smook and my AAA family? How are y'all doing this fine afternoon?
Man, I'm good today, Zach. Very disheartening news to see another issue with Alabama players and marijuana, man. I you know how I side on the whole marijuana thing, but I do believe that when you're given a task and you sign a contract, you got to be a man and uphold those agreements. And if it say no weed, no weed. What's your thoughts, Zach?
And I agree with you, Coach. The one question I would have, number one, was it his? Number two, was it just a wrong place, wrong time type scenario? And I don't know the fullest intent of the law in Alabama, but I know in some states, having a pound could be labeled as just distribution with the intent to sell.
And that's the scary part about it, Zach, because
right.
A pound of weed, man, you could make some bread off some weed. I'm telling you, these streets of Alabama. This is the streets of Alabama. We some good old down home people, definitely. But yeah, man. And then he's in Tuscaloosa too. There was a big case about 4 years ago. You remember the major drug bust that they did in Tuscaloosa and had retrieved 400 and some pounds of weed off the streets of Tuscaloosa in a 12-hour sting operation.
Right. and by no means am I condoning it, but I don't believe he will be kicked off the team. I would be very surprised if he was kicked off the team. My opinion, he might need to serve like a one-game suspension, or Nate Oates needs to enforce some boundaries to where he has to do certain things around for the team, whatever it is to, earn the trust back of his teammates, and, to where he serves some kind of punishment for his decision, but not necessarily be kicked off the team for it. I mean, I could understand if it was on campus, that would be a totally different thing. But since it's off campus, and I don't think expulsion should happen, but I think there is some form of punishment that we need to place on him to get him to be like, look, you made a mistake. You need to own up to that mistake. And, to where it would help him make better decisions next time.
I totally agree, Zach. I totally agree. Give Zach a hand clap, chat. I'm gonna respond with this too. I think even we could take it a step further, Zach. You said the restraints. I think you should be forced back into campus housing, something that's more restricted. I think the driving privileges, while still an athlete on that roster, they should be restricted. I think even like the amount of time, free time. I think there should be some type of confinement within the team. You get what I'm saying? This is not
right.
To me, having a pound of weed. This is a young man, and I'm gonna call it like it is. I'm gonna tell it straight. I think this is a young man that's been given a lot, right? And he's really trying to be cool. He probably smoked weed in high school, middle school, whatever. He probably done tried it before. But having weed and access to weed is a thing now, right? If you can be the plug or the plug, like that's the thing for these young men. So I get it. And not sure where he grew up at, but it might just be one of those things where he just had it because he knew he had the money to get it, right? And that's how it is. That's just how it is. And to know that he probably has people that come around that don't have these same guidelines or boundaries around them, that they can't smoke, it's probably, hey, I got an entourage. This is who I got rocking with me. So, and then I'm not saying those are good choices or good people to have around you. We're not making excuses, but I don't see this young man being like a drug distributor or somebody on the streets, like really like he might be the pull-up dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know. And when you have that type of freedom, I said all that to say this: when you have that type of freedom, I think you punish them by really showing them, hey, you might be a grown man, but you still work for me. Because, like I said, and I'm going to continue to say this. This is why there needs to be a collective, and there needs to be representation for the students. Now that we have them being paid through NIL, because now you have a student representation that can enforce these guidelines, because they're the ones that's making them.
Right.
They're the ones, in order for you to get paid, these are the rules and the guidelines you have to stay within. And you have representation for the student body, the student athletes that say, okay, we agree with that. But we also want this too, and this and this. And then you have both sides coming to have a collective agreement. And that's with your money and everything. That's why we need to go ahead and be able to classify these young men as employees, because situations like this, now you have guidelines that apply to the student athletes, not just college students, but the student athletes. That's why you need that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. Yeah, has there been cases where athletes got kicked off the team for having marijuana and things like that? Yes, but in those cases, it was either on campus or they had multiple encounters, and they had been warned before, and it kept happening. So the next thing that the next best thing for them was just to kick them off the team, because they kept, like you said, those restrictions was placed on them. It kept happening, so they had to do a harsher punishment.
Right.
And this was, and two, it was before NIL, where the rules and everything were a lot more. The NCAA was more strict than what it is now. The NCAA, with NIL and how things are structured around NIL now, the NCAA is a lot more relaxed than it was, 5-10 years ago. And some of it is based on political and legal reasoning, and then some of it is just the NCAA is not wanting to get sued around every curve, and so they have it hold up the rules like they did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
That's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting development as they take this situation on. I think a lot of people are going to be on the opposite side of it than I am. Honestly, we have a lot of and I don't want to say the wrong term. I'm not a political person. I don't get into all politics and stuff, and I have my opinion about how society is and how people I interact with are, but I don't get into politics. But you have a lot of conservative mindset people that really don't want to integrate, what marijuana and other things that are happening just in society. People still have issues with social media being a thing. They feel like social media is way too much. And so, like, you just got a mindset of people that's going to agree, and then you got that's going to disagree. So I think at the end of the day, the important thing is that he learns that there are going to be stipulations put in place if he wants to continue in this career, in this industry, right? As a sports entertainment personnel, right? Because that's what it is. Athletes are sports entertainers. They play sports and it entertains people. It gives us entertainment value. They create entertainment value with their skills. If he wants to continue to perform at the next level, he's got to learn that rules are rules, and that's the end of it, man. Like, take accountability and then keep moving forward. Final thoughts on the situation, though, Zach, going forward.
My final thoughts is, I wish him the best of luck. I hope everything works out for him, that from the investigation all the way up till we find out what's going to happen with him and his situation. I wish just a smooth transaction, from each step going forward, and I wish him the best of luck with whatever happens moving forward.
100%, Zach, 100%, man. Well, I appreciate you for calling in, and make sure y'all share and like the stream, man. Y'all share it up. Let everybody know that we're here live on the Call-In Show with Coach Smook. Get in the game with your boy. All right, Zach, we'll catch up with you, man. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Coach.
All right, man. Let's go, chat. Hey, so we're here. J-Mac said, what happened? Well, I don't know where you've been, man, but Aden Holloway got arrested earlier this morning on felony possession charges of marijuana, and I'm trying to get the excuse me. There it goes. This is not the report, but this is the tweet that I'm referencing as far as kind of like explaining what can happen with Aden Holloway right now, as far as his immediately impacting him and his availability for Alabama. But yes, he was the West Alabama Drug Task Force searched his property where he lives and found a pound of weed. Still some details not there. Like, does he have roommates? Is he the only person on the lease? It was the marijuana actually in his possession, or was it just at his property? A lot of loopholes in this that are going to start to be presented, and questions are going to be asked. And so the university won't act abruptly. There are a lot of questions to be answered, and I don't think it'll take a lot of time to answer them. But you want to do a thorough investigation as a university before you go and start impacting this young man's career. Now, if regardless if it's his or not, a pound of weed is crazy. Most of the time you got that much weed in one spot, it's not good things happening. Let's just be real. It's not legal things happening. Let's be real. I'm not gonna say it's not good things. It's not legal things happening. So in the city like Tuscaloosa, like I know a lot of you all know Tuscaloosa, the campus, but the city around it is not. Everything ain't peaches and cream. So just putting a target on your back is not what you want to do. You're already a university athlete. Everybody ain't looking for you to win, Aden. So got to make better decisions. But yes, I talked SEC, wrote this, tweeted this, and said not sure what's going to happen to Aden Holloway long term, but here's a scenario of what potentially could happen relative to his playing career going forward. A felony does not automatically mean expulsion. If a student is arrested or even charged with a felony, the university does not automatically expel them just because of the charge. The school usually reviews the case through a student code of conduct process. The university can discipline a student even if the crime happened off campus, if the conduct is considered harmful to the university community or violates university rules. So we know that possession of marijuana violates the university rules. The other, is it harmful to the university or the community? They could deem it as harmful, being that it's an illegal substance in the state of Alabama. So a lot of loopholes. And like I said, you gotta know whether it came as one of those things where he was the only one caught with it, right? Or is there other roommates and other personnel involved? So phone line is open, 334-625-1121. I want to hear y'all thoughts on it. What do y'all think going forward should happen with situations like this with these athletes, man? Because we can talk on the cool side of things too, man. Like everybody knows everybody's smoking weed. Everybody's smoking weed. And somebody in the chat, like not me, everybody is, I guarantee like 3 people smoking weed. I guarantee you. What's up, MJ? Roll Tide AAA family. I hope this young man will learn a valuable lesson about how the world and our country works in these type of situations. Oh yeah, he's definitely going to get a wake up call in that. Give it up for MJ in the chat, man. Long time AAA member. MJ said yes, but it was the amount. Yeah, a pound is crazy, man. I can understand if they search his place and he got like a eighth, Y'all know that's personal use, okay? For all the people that don't know, that's personal use, Mamani. You talking about a pound? That's for 12 to 14, 15 people, personal use, okay? All right. Day after selection Sunday, right before the tournament, has to be an inside job. Marco says he thinks it's an inside job. Call in, Marco. I want to hear your theory. I want to hear it. Don't hide in the chat. Don't be typing these paragraphs. J Mac, call in. Tell me what's up, man. I'm still confused. He got charged for failure to affix a tax stamp too. Are they just kicking him while he's down along with the possession charge? That's probably what I think, man. They probably gave him possession and they searched his name and he hadn't updated his tags or something on his car, a brand new vehicle he just got from NIL. He probably ain't updated all that stuff. So ain't no telling. You know how it is. Working, this just popped up on my notification. Thanks for breaking news. Hey, for sure, J Mac, for sure. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe and think about becoming a member. Give it up for J Mac. He said he just popped up on his notification. That means we get into the algorithm. At least we get into the algorithm. Hopefully you stick around, man. We get a lot of inside scoop on everything Alabama, man. Alabama football, especially. And also too isn't crazy, but a pound, that is an ounce, we good. A pound is crazy.
Kelsey.
Yo, Shep, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook. Y'all give it up for Shep.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Man, you in the game, man. Look. You sound like you trying to fight this cold weather that's trying to jump on our back down here.
Oh man, this weather done DDT'd us, man, off the top rope, right?
Off the top rope, man. Off the top rope, straight across the forehead. Talk to me though, man. This situation. We was just in the shop last week talking about the guard play needing to be better and being more consistent. Aden Holloway finally waking up and giving Fowler an option, and we wake up the day after Sunday selection. We get our tournament seeding. We prepare for Hofstra. Going on the road to play in the first round, and the star guard, one of the star guards, arrested for possession of a pound of marijuana. Thoughts, man? Give me a reaction.
Well, I was listening to your take earlier, man. Bad timing, but I bet you this. I bet you this is not his first time, having that much amount on him or handling that much amount. Yeah, it's not his first time. He just got caught. You can't really blame it on NIL. At the same time, you probably can, because these guys is really touching some dollars. And unfortunately, sometimes, it's not about the amount of money you have, or it's not about your access to the money that you have, but it's about your mindset, man. Like, how mature you are. You would think that these guys got people in their ear, other than the coaches. They got mentors to kind of help them to kind of get through a whole season without the, minus the distraction. But it's just a bad time for Bama basketball, being the number 4 seed, I think, trying to advance to the Elite 8 and things of that nature. And it's, and you have a big inside distraction that takes place during this time. And they probably was watching him, man. Those people probably got tipped. Somebody probably tipped, tipped the police off about this. Like I said, man, depends on who he's running with. We can speculate this or that, but the timing was just unreal. I mean, I hate it for him. And when you got a pound, I don't know if you smoking that much, or, but a pound that's a lot.
That's a lot, man. And for those that don't know, I lived in the state of Virginia for a year and a half, right? And it's legal up there. So I went to an event one time, and I had never seen that much marijuana out, like in public, like organized, and people had different setups and different stations. Like, these were business people, at a cannabis event. And so, when we were there, the amount we were able to legally travel with, everybody, you can have up to 10 ounces right in the car. So that means everybody in the vehicle can have up to an ounce on them. That's the max you can have on you as a person. But man, it was so crazy. And then to sit there and think, right, this young man, if he lives alone, this is another thing, Shep. Does he live with roommates, right? And if he has roommates, how much, like, where did they find the weed? Did they find an ounce here? Did they find a couple ounces here then in this room? Like, because we know these young men are living in no 1-bedroom shacks. They got nice apartments. Some of them are even living in off-campus housing. Like, so who all was there? Or is he the only person on the lease? But then, like you said, the timing of it is so obvious that it can be so obvious or seem obvious that the week Alabama has to go and kick off their tournament run, now somebody drops a dime on Aden Holloway. Like, somebody around them knew something like that. Somebody was tipped off, had to be. Because why
Absolutely.
now? Because why now? They've been on multiple breaks and understand. And then this also could be a thing. I want to put this out there, and I'm gonna hand it back to you. This is spring break for these young men, right? This might have been you to your point. You said this ain't the first time. This might be the first time. That might be the reason why he got caught, because the person that he got it from, they tracked him and was like, "Wait, who is this purchasing this amount?"
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what led him to Aden's residence. And they knew that he had purchased this amount because he might be going to Miami this week, or the plan was to leave for Miami this morning. So it could be a lot of things, man, but still accountability, the bad decision making by the young man, if you ask me, at this point in time in his career, I don't think it's worth it.
And man, and so what they're gonna try to do, exactly, I agree. So now they're gonna try to tie that to the NIL. They're gonna try to use that to say that these guys still have access to too much. And man, to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with the NIL. Some of my buddies, man, from Georgia, everybody is attacking Nick Saban about what he said. I don't what was wrong with what he said. Basically, the only thing he said was, when I came through, the emphasis was on, graduating and creating value for yourself. And basically, he was saying that we got to put things in place, that can kind of clean up, what the mess that the NIL has created. So now with something like this happening, now the emphasis is going to be, okay, how much? I mean, you can't stop a young man from purchasing whatever he want to purchase. Right. But man, do you mess with his money? There's a lot of questions going to come behind this. Do you mess with what he's putting his hands on? And I mean, because you got to know in your circle of friends, everybody just ain't happy for you, man.
You got to know. And
you got to know it.
This generation has had so many examples before them. I look at these young men that are like 16 to 23 right now. They have had a social media era where so many athletes have been exposed and have seen the downfall of poor decision making. Being a professional athlete, as much as you want to be a human, a normal citizen, you are not. You are amongst a small percentage of individuals that have access to money and levels of things that 98% of the population doesn't. So you are going to be held to a higher standard. And when you don't make the right step, you have to understand the impact that comes behind it. And I don't think these young men are really considering that.
Exactly, Smook. I mean, you in your 30s, I'm in my early 40s. I mean, we could only imagine getting our hands on a couple $100,000
right now.
Right now. I mean, even right now, brother. What our mindset.
Don't make me shout.
We would invest and take some different routes. But these guys, man, are basically almost millionaires in college. I mean, you pretty much might as well say that. And I mean, how much you put on the university as far as getting them counseling, trying to steer them? It's only so much the university can do. I mean, you cannot. What you gonna do? Put ankle monitors on them to watch them? You can't do that. So, like you say, you got to bear some type of responsibility, which and of course he's a starter, so it's going to affect the team. It's going to affect a lot of stuff. Do you touch they? I mean, oh my God! But like you say, brother, I hate it for Alabama. Definitely hate it for Aden Holloway, but I think it was an inside job. It's one thing for us to smoke a few blunts, but it's something totally different, for me to get caught with a pound.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, man, for taking my call, Coach.
Hey, for real, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Y'all give it up for our guy Shep, man, for calling in. Roll Tide, brother.
Roll Tide, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Y'all keep calling in. 334-625-1121. 334-625-1121. I'm your man, Coach Smook. Your favorite Alabama insider and media personality, man. We growing, man. I'm glad I stayed live because I see the call lines are starting to pick up energy on the call in. So y'all continue to call in. We're here as long as y'all are calling in. This is a big conversation because now it kind of starts to make us speculate. Like, I do believe Nate Oates is going to make him serve maybe a game, or for real, being at this point of the season, he's under a lot of pressure to make a decision, right? And you're talking about this decision is going to affect like your boosters that are involved, right? It is going to affect players being scouted or recruited to Alabama. Like, how are we dealing with these type of situations, Coach? If I mess up, are you gonna kick me? Are you gonna kick me to the curb because a couple people with some change in their pocket said do so? I don't get no chance I don't get no second chances. And you know what? Sometimes in life, it's like that. It's like that in life. It really is. So you just got to be ready to be accountable, and wherever your feet land in this, because he'll rebound from this. Wherever your feet land from this, Aden, you have to stay focused and understand that it's a real uphill battle now. Like, even the leverage with being in the space that you are now, there's going to be scrutiny around it, and you just got to keep your head down and keep moving. I've been dealing with it since I came into this industry, and every time I get relaxed and think that I'm on the other side of it, something else pops up. Some other piece of drama is popping up. So you got to just continue to just be who you are, but in the sense of understanding where you're going and what it requires to thrive in that area. But looking at the matchup, y'all, Alabama versus Hofstra, we talked about this earlier today. Losing a guard like Holloway definitely changes the picture for this game. If you do lose him, the second leading scorer on the team, I think you don't have an issue with having Felony, with the ball in his hands more. But why, in a matchup like this, do you want to be without another scoring asset? Got another caller on the line. Let's see who it is.
Call from
Bishop FDR. Put me
to accept. Press.
Yo, Bishop FDR. We got you in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man.
What's good?
What's good, brother? Good to hear your voice, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you back on the scene.
Yeah, man.
Been praying for you, my brother.
Yeah, man. We've been active, man. Been real busy on this side. Shout out to the 46 in the chat on YouTube as we get Bishop on the line. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I feel like this phone line is open for everybody. You don't have to be a Bama fan. This is the situation and the thing that's happening across college football, basketball, all college athletics. And it's been a topic of conversation for some years. Bishop FDR, what's your thoughts on this Aden Holloway situation, getting arrested after they seized a pound of weed from his residence?
Look, we all been young, and for whatever reason, we make some idiotic mistakes. But no matter what mistake, understand when you went to choose your university, you would say you would be an ambassador for that university.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or indifferent. And so he needs to understand that when you have that name on your chest and you're in that school, you represent in and out of school. And so with that said, hey, we all got to answer. Consequences are positive and negative. It just so happened his had to be negative, but if the young man is truly sorry and make amends, think he can bounce back. But understand, to even put yourself in that possible scenario, it just it's a head scratcher at this current time.
Yeah,
for him.
Yeah, and like I said, to me, I'm as we continue to just kind of dive into the conversation, it's more coming to me like the questions like we know that these young men are probably going to get 2 days for spring break before they have to come back in. The basketball players, they probably had 2 days, tomorrow, maybe today and tomorrow. They're back for shoot around Wednesday. They travel Thursday and play Friday, right?
Right.
Monday and Tuesday, I'm about to go to Miami. Let me grab this pound. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, that's crazy. Or wherever you about to go. You about to travel with this if that was your plan. Now, imagine if you cross state lines. Now you really got the intent to distribute. that they can speculate and you get what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah, definitely.
so and I want to reel it back into this. Where is the accountability, one? But two, where's the support system? Who are we allowing around our athletes? Let's at programs, you have these young men getting paid, right? This is NIL. These athletes should be, their time should be so consumed with charity, school, whatever, becoming a professional, professional. These agents should be so active with the players they're representing that these instances are minimal. You get what I'm saying? Too many of the high-end athletes that's making the most money, that should have the most protection around them, getting caught up in these type of situations.
Definitely, man. And like we just said earlier, that type of weight garnishes certain attention. And this young man has learned a valuable lesson. I don't care. You have to understand when you went to make this decision, you already said you were willing to dance on the line.
Yeah.
And then if you dance on the line, then you got to be okay to take on the consequence. And let's just hope this young man understand how serious this was for him to. It could have been way worse when, like you were sharing, going across county lines or this, that, and the third. But the bottom line is what was your thought in even getting that type?
It bothers you. It bothers me to that amount.
Yeah.
That amount. Why? At the age and at the stage and the day and age that we are in. And this is Aden Holloway has been in the state of Alabama now for the past 3 years. He started off at Auburn, but he's a red. I want to say he's either a junior or red shirt junior. I mean, or junior or red shirt sophomore, one of the two. He's been in college for 3 years. So you've been in the state of Alabama. You've maneuvered around it for however long. Clearly, you're familiar with marijuana, so you maneuver around it. Why now? Why at this moment where this is possibly your lottery pick opportunity to have the right attention on you and what you're doing on the court, and this is what we gamble it on. I'm not liking the decision making of everything, but I do think it's something to be talked about when we're talking about possession of marijuana, the state of Alabama, the laws and everything nationally, all of that. Yeah. Everything needs to be looked at, man.
And Coach Smook, let's be honest. He thought he wasn't going to get caught.
Come on, man. Whether he was getting it, whether he been doing it or he just was doing it for the time now, like he thought he wasn't going to get caught.
Yeah, facts.
Gotta make better decisions. Gotta have a little bit more judgment. But going forward, man, what would be the proper, in your opinion, what would be the proper I guess you could say not necessarily punishment, but what would be the proper response? What would be in the confines of you would say this is good enough. This teach him a lesson.
Yeah. I understand being an old ball coach. You have broke my trust because understand you're an extension of me. So in order to rebuild that trust, we might have to run some suicides and different things to show me that you're willing to get back in grace. And if he was a captain, then you know that C is gone.
Right.
And understand whoever has that C, I want you to show that you're getting back in grace by making sure you support that person and you be constant. Whether you get back into my good grace or not, I want to see you have really turned the corner and acknowledge that, man, I messed up my this opportunity, and I just want another opportunity to get back in good grace and do all the necessary things necessary to do so.
See, people, you know what it takes for some people to like, and I say this about my journey over the past 2 years. Sometimes it takes you to lose lose it all to really understand how good you had it. I hope that this is not that type of situation for Aden Holloway, because this young man, and I've already said this is not something that I'm saying now because of the situation, but I don't think his opportunities at the next level are vast. I think he's very limited in what he can contribute at the next level as far as getting drafted to the NBA. Now go over and see his continue to seek opportunities, G League, all of that. That might be his immediate path, but he had an opportunity to change that narrative going into this tournament. And the region and the bracket that we're in, Alabama is in, I think we're in some favorable opportunities to have some favorable matchups early in this bracket. So he would have had an opportunity to really change that narrative. And now, because of this pressure that he's putting not just on Coach Oates, but the University of Alabama, right? Now they have to really put their integrity and everything that they stand for to the fire if they choose to allow him to play in this next game. Because what if they allow him to play and we lose to Hofstra, right, in the first round? What if they allow Aden Holloway to play and we lose to Hofstra? But then on the flip side of that, Bishop, and then I'm gonna give you the mic for closing remarks. What if they don't play him and we lose to Hofstra? My God, what kind of ride would that be then? Final thoughts, man, and we're gonna open the phone line back up for another call.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, thank you. Final thoughts is understand, ladies and gentlemen and family, we all go through our fire test, and no matter our choice, there's consequences, positive and negative. And I hope that they surround that young man with somebody that can be a mentor to get him back on his feet and make sure he completes his journey, no matter what the end result is. We all have character, and this is a test to see, is he willing to do the work to rebuild? Because understand, the last thing you want in his situation, as he's entering in that possibility of being drafted, is to have a character flaw. And so with that said, you got to do the hard work now and show. It's like, look, I don't know what I was thinking. I was probably naive and thinking I wasn't going to get caught. But, hey, I own up to it, and I'm willing to do the work. And you can count on me to be there for you guys.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, Bishop FDR, for calling in, man.
Not a problem. Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Salute, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for Bishop FDR, man. Appreciate you for being in the game with Coach Smook. Hey, listen, we're going to take a quick infomercial break. Well, it's going to be a couple infomercials. We're going to take a break here. Make sure y'all don't go anywhere. But while we're going, man, I see y'all in the chat. We got a good amount of viewers in the chat today. 45 live on YouTube. We got 154 on Twitter. Continue to like and share, retweet, all of that good stuff. Phone lines will be open right after these messages. Jordan, take us out, brother.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Hold on one second. If you're serious about sports, you need more than just box scores. You need real insight. That's why Sports Info Solutions is the official partner of the Coach Smook Network. Sports Info Solutions is my go-to source for in-depth stat analysis, giving you the tools to truly understand player production, tendencies, and performance on a whole new level. From NFL, MLB to NBA, Sports Info Solutions delivers advanced data that helps fans, coaches, and analysts see the game behind the game. This isn't just stats, it's context. Looking ahead to the next generation of stars? Check out nfldraft.sportsinfosolutions.com for elite draft analysis and detailed prospect breakdown. Make it your new go-to stat tracker. Visit sportsinfosolutions.com today. Now let's get back in the game.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Yo, welcome back. We here with the Coach Smook live calling show, man. Phone lines are open, 334-625-1121. Let me jump in the comments. Y'all give us some quality comments today. Here we go. I got one. Latest comment. Your mama. Bro, he was just trying to smoke. Hope he gets to play. Hey, not with a pound, bro. Let's be real. Just trying to smoke a pound? He ain't in Cali, man. You can't smoke no pound. You can't smoke no pound. Like, you're not in Cali, bro. You're not in Cali, bro. All right, so what else we got? I woke up. Call could have been worse. Is a learning experience. A wake up call. Okay, a wake up call could have been worse. Is a learning experience. I agree 100%. First degree felony possession of weed in Alabama has a mandatory minimum of a year and a day. Nah, it doesn't. That could be the max of what the charge can be to him, and he has to be actually convicted. All right. So right now there's only speculations. He's innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, that's what we like to say. But I said this earlier, chat, to get on a more serious tip around the conversation. I wanted to ask this question in the chat, and I'm gonna type it in the chat. Right? I'm gonna type it in the chat. One, do drug charges and positive illegal substance findings, right? Should drug charges and positive illegal substance findings fail, aka failed drug test, be carried in the same light, be punished equally. Okay, there it is. I got enough space for that. All right, so the question is, should drug charges and positive illegal substance findings, aka failed drug test, right? Do this. Boom. Be punished equally. Yes or no? I'm starting to poll. It's in the chat on YouTube. Y'all react to that in the chat while you're sitting here. Also, continue running likes up. Thank you for the 25 likes. Thank you for the 25 likes on the stream. Give it up for yourselves on YouTube. Let me get over to TikTok and check the comments over there. Yo, what's good? Appreciate you for the roses. We got 2 roses from the guy. Yo, give it up for Yo. We got Rich Sue coming through with the popular gift. Appreciate you for the gifts over there. Eddie, Antonio, appreciate y'all for the gifts. We got like 36 gifts already on the stream, man. 26, I'm sorry. 26 gifts. Appreciate y'all, man. Eddie, my boy said, I'm at work, can't call in, but I'm listening. My boy said he listening. Bet. What's your thoughts though? What's the punishment? What's the punishment? I want to hear some of this punishment. I could see if it was a hardcore drug, but it's weed. I know wrong is wrong, but I'd rather it be weed before crack. That's a tough word. That's a hard word there. Crack. How old are you, Sam? You gotta be around my age or older to be saying crack. I mean, I say the same thing. I'd rather it be marijuana than the cocaine or the booger sugar or crack, as you said. I mean, because listen, no, don't do that, boy. Don't you do that. Do the politically correct way. I was in Tuscaloosa during a time when there was a fentanyl incident. Like, I was literally like within the confines of where it happened at. And this wasn't like in no trashy, junky area. Actually, it was actually in Northridge, or what is it, Northport? What is right outside Tuscaloosa? Is it Northridge or Northport? Northport, right? That's where it happened at. And that's supposed to be like a nice area. Appreciate all the gifts over there, yo. Appreciate you. Continue to tap the screen over there too, y'all. Continue to share the stream. We got the phone lines open for all my Bama fans that want to talk about this. The phone lines are open. I don't know why y'all being quiet about it. We done had Zach Shep call in. We done had Bishop FDR. He not a Bama fan, but he called in and shared some insightful thoughts on it. I think it was solid. Hard to smoke a pound. That's a brick. Oh man, Kelsey be acting up in the chat, man. That man be acting up, man. Hey, seems like every year or two, Bama basketball is in the media / news for the wrong reasons. Please listen. I'm gonna tell you this. I think it's always like part of the media's agenda to do things like this. Because I'm telling you, people will go to crazy extents, and I'm not putting no names on this. I'm just talking about media in general. This is something that I've seen. We've seen this. Media outlets and news blogs or TMZ, what they call them, paparazzi, they will go to crazy extents to sell a story, because that could be literally, and it could be false information. But if they get enough tangible things behind it to get a hunch, media is so big on being first, right? That's the first thing I ran into when I came into the Bama media coverage space, the industry. Everybody's racing to be first. I remember when I was talking to 5-star recruits, I didn't know it was such a big thing. Hayes Fawcett announcing this guy could recruiting. If I said something about this guy want to commit to Alabama a week ago, that would have got me some attention. So I fell into that little trap early on, left it quick. I'm gonna give you the information I know, and that's what I'm leaving it at. If it changes over after the time I release it, I will update you when it's changing. That's how you build networking relationships, and that's when people want to talk to you. Because when they give you information, you know how to project it the right way. You're not announcing a starting left tackle and there's no doggone competition at the position when Ryan Grubb said Lloyd Jackson is going to be great at left tackle for us. That's what he said. That's what he said in the interview. We got the video. Roderick Knight says, yeah, he in trouble. Hate to admit it. Honestly, I honestly believe he will play. I think this is my take. I think for the time being, the suspension should be labeled as indefinitely, right? Meaning there's no set extension or no minimum or no maximum suspension. I think there should be a restriction in place, not to suspend him from team activities, but restrict him to the facilities, to this campus, to things that bring him closer. Lock him down until you get all the details, right? And until all the details in the investigation is thoroughly completed, right? And if charges are being made or whatever, if there's something in court going forward, if he's going to deny it, as long as the proceedings are happening, there's no final. I think you suspend him indefinitely. That means like, hey, I could still play him. Suspending him indefinitely means that right now this is what his suspension is. He's restricted to this. That's what I think should happen with the young man. A pound of weed is crazy. Let's not say it, but I have never seen. I said this earlier, and I'm gonna continue to say it. I have never seen somebody have some weed, go and do a drive-by, or go shoot up a mall, not intentionally. I've never heard of it. Most of the time them guys be high off that booger sugar or some meth or some bath sauce. You ever seen somebody get high and eat somebody else? No, but I saw somebody doggone go in some bath sauce and stuff and take that mess and go start cannibalizing people. We seen it. Sam said he 29. Yeah, you said crack. I knew you was at least close to 30. You turning 30 this year, ain't you? You said crack. These kids don't say crack nowadays. I don't know what they be saying, y'all. They be saying something everything. 334-625-1121. That's the number. I want to hear some more of y'all thoughts on the phone line. Sit out the first game, Roger. Yeah, smart. I think so, or at least the first half, you know. But being that it's so many days out, you can get a lot of things accomplished in these next 3 days before they have to travel. You're talking about a mandatory 10-hour course on drug and substance abuse. Like you can have them go through that class, like an actual like a class, not sitting in no thing looking at no computer. Go sit in a class. You go do that for 1 day, and then you got practice, and then after that you go do a community service event. Time to go read to some kids, and then after that you got recovery, and then after that you back in the dorm for curfew. Do that to him for the rest of his career at Alabama. His career could end this Friday if they lose to Hofstra. That could be the end of his season. You make the next 4 or 5 days live in hell for him. In the space of like, hey, this is how you be responsible, man. Don't stop his money, none of that. Just limit it a little bit. Reel him in a little bit. If and when people have acted crazy because of weed, if and when people have acted crazy because of weed, 99.9% of the time is laced with something. That part. So it's not technically weed anymore. Once you lace it, it's genetically modified, and we don't like that. Y'all is a trip in this chat, man. I'm scrolling back through some of the comments. I said columnists. Through some of the comments. He said 1980 Jeremiah says free Holloway, free Holloway. Back to Bryant Hall, you go, buddy. Hey, if y'all don't know what Bryant Hall is, you haven't been on campus at Alabama or talked to somebody that's had to live on campus at Alabama. Everybody know what Bryant Hall is. That them freshmen, they trying to run from that mug tonight. They trying to hurry up and move up out of there. Yeah, that's the freshman dorms. Sold and Cody said, right. All right, facts, Kinesis. Let me get over here to TikTok. TikTok been commenting too. Really said, Eddie said, if found guilty, he'll pay the fines, community service rehab, and Nate will get him for 2 games. You think so? And who's to say that Holloway was planning to come back next season? There was rumors that he was about to jump in the portal this past season. So who's to say that he's going to have to come? I mean, for me, draft stock wise, I think he needs to come by. Brian got the 2 meal swipes, good food. Facts, that's all they talk about. I look at you silly, man. Oh man, we got a good chat today. 208 people in the chat, 45 people on the YouTube side. Man, continue to run the likes up for us, man. We almost at 35 likes. Continue to run them up. What are y'all thoughts, man? Phone line is open. I want to get y'all thoughts on it. And while we're here, man, we could start talking and breaking down this Alabama versus Hofstra game, the men's game. Now that Holloway's out, man, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna see if I can find something real quick. I'm sorry, I froze up on y'all. Let me see. Let me see the Hofstra. Here we go. And I want y'all to pay attention to some of these numbers. And this is a team, they don't lose a lot of games, Chad. 24-10. They play a lot of quality opponents. I'm gonna look at their schedule and look at some of their formidable opponents on the schedule. All right. They play UCF. If y'all haven't been watching UCF over the past few years or paying attention to them, they've been in their conference finals and all that stuff, tournament, making deep pushes for their conference title the past 4 or 5 years. They beat Bucknell. That's a quality program. They played Temple. That's a good team. Lost by 4 to Temple. Beat Syracuse in a close one, 70-69. Beat Drexel by 3. Beat Townsend. Townsend it looks like Townsend is kind of like their rival. William and Mary. Y'all remember William and Mary made a push probably like 4 or 5 years ago in the tournament. I think they went Sweet 16. They always develop teams. Every 3 or 4 years, they pop back on the scene and make deep pushes because they don't have necessarily the NIL, but they develop players in their system, and they play quality ball, quality team brand of ball. Who else is in here? I mean, Towson and William Mary. So when you look at the rosters that they're used to playing against, not necessarily the size that Alabama carries, but the 1 or 2 teams that fall in there that they did play, that they played them tough. And we know that Alabama's struggle is against physical teams that can slow the game down. This is a team that's going to put them in a lot of half-court sets. You take away an offensive threat in Holloway and some of the on-ball pressure that he's been providing the last 2 or 3 games coming up the court, you got to find it somewhere. And where do you find it? Where do you find it on this roster? Look at the stats on this roster, man. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can share this page here. See how it's looking back here. We got more comments coming in, y'all. You can bring them up. I acknowledge them. All right, let's get this up here. So this is some of the action that they bring into the table. They got guard averaging 20 points a game. That's these 2 guys right here go off. You look at some of the highlights when they do it on the shows or on like ESPN. The 2 Edmond, those 2 guards, they go off. They go crazy. They're going to be the ones with the ball in their hands or most of the offense running through. But they have a big, and Sunday comes off the bench for him, and I know it says he's averaging 5, but he can get you like 18 if you're not active on the boards. All their bigs are solid on the board. Both of their forwards are solid on the boards. And they run small sets just like Alabama. They run a slower tempo and they're more physical. And that's traditionally when Alabama's offense isn't hot. Nate Oates in this system is, if his shots aren't falling, we struggle to win other ways. This will be a good test. I think we win this game, right? Even without Holloway, but this will bring some exposure to exactly where we're going to need those pieces to fill in. Right? So I know he's had some spotty areas where he scored and then he disappeared. Right? Can he provide 2 or 3, good spurts in these next 2 weeks of tournament play while possibly Holloway is out? Right? But one thing that this this defense, this team does good is they force turnovers, right? They force turnovers. You see guys, just all active guys on the steals. They average 5 steals a game, right? 5 steals a game. Alabama averages about 12 turnovers a game. So teams that play heavy on ball pressure, they've been able to get us to that average. I want to say that's 12 a game. Going to be an interesting matchup, man. I look at even the other big. You look at the rebounds, man. They both averaging about 7 rebounds apiece. You know, this is the guy I'm talking about Sunday. He'll go off for 15 to 20 quick. My guy J Mac said, "It's just weed. Let him loose. If all the weed is his, he's clearly just charitable and smokes with his friends. Everyone smokes in college." You know, that's a real reality, man. I was about to say, you know, traditionally you say sad reality, but it's not sad, man. I think but when there are rules involved, you're under contract. Like that's a law. That's like the society that we live in. Paperwork binds us to certain things, so and we're expected to adhere to it. So he has to be better in making decisions. So we're sitting here, man. We got a lot of people on TikTok. We got a lot of people on YouTube. Continue to run the likes up, man. Make sure y'all run the likes up. What we're going to do is we're going to break from here, y'all. We got another live tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get off and prepare for that. I also got a gym. I got to go to the gym here in the next hour or so. Anything else pop up, I'll probably pop in on my mobile device and do some reaction stuff. But that's the hot news here with Bama, Bama sports, Bama coverage here on the Coach Smook Network and with other Alabama outlets. Y'all to see more professional delivered content around the situation. We just reacting on the sense of the rumors yesterday. We did not want to, earlier this morning, we did not want to comment on them. But once they were confirmed by actual sources that are news journalists and things of that nature that go and talk to these sources and they report it, we go by what they report. And right now, it's a lot of questions to be answered when it comes to Aden Holloway in this situation. Is it all his? Is he the only one that lives in the place? That lives there at the property that the marijuana was found, right? And then also, you know, what are we doing to put him in a situation where he has the right people around him to where these decisions aren't made, or he's making better decisions with how he's conducting himself? He got to understand that he's on a platform that he can impact greater than just being a basketball player. He can really impact and use this situation also, especially if he decides to come back for another year. The comeback will be greater than the trip up. All right. So prayers for Aden Holloway. We're going to break down Alabama basketball and Hofstra some more this week as we get closer to the game. But how does it impact? I want to leave you all with this. How does Aden Holloway, if not able to play this Friday against Hofstra, that first round matchup, how does it impact the matchup? A lot of people, you know, they get to logo watching and putting logos against each other. Instead of looking at what's actually available, go look at their roster, go look at some of the style of play that they have. It is literally Alabama's kryptonite. If there was a team to start getting some Cinderella buzz because of a win, style of plays clashing and not being able to rebound and not being able to force turnovers or get and your offense is not going, would be a bad situation for Alabama Crimson Tide men's basketball. But we'll also be breaking down women's basketball too. First round matchup against Rhode Island. Get into that matchup, break it down. Going to watch some more highlights from Rhode Island games. Can't really find full games. If somebody find links, please by any means DM them to me through Twitter, Instagram, or jump into Discord. We might do some watch party stuff tonight in Discord instead of streaming. We might just get together and watch some Bama games from this past season or some classics. I might do some reactions and get some of you all to come in and do some reactions tomorrow. Though, got to check them out, Coach. Reviewing highlights. We're going to be live on. We'll do a segment of it on YouTube, but then we'll do a full day, full vlog type stream through Twitch and Twitter and Kick and TikTok, so that we can be interactive and start getting some exposure for all these athletes that we are running into and building relationships with. Okay. I appreciate y'all for being here with the Coach Smook Network, reporting live. I ain't saying reporting live, reacting live to the Aden Holloway news. Let me know your thoughts. What should the suspension look like? And then also, should these charges, these findings, when players test positive for failed drug tests or get caught with drugs, illegal substances, should they be punished the same? Right? Should they be punished equally? And in the chat, we had 25 votes, and it was literally split down the middle. Somebody just put another vote in as I was ending the poll. We had 25 votes. 52% say no, it shouldn't be punished equally. If a player gets caught with it in the system or get caught with it, should not be punished equally. And then 48% of you say yes. So pretty solid debate and topic of conversation we can have on the phone lines tonight when we come back live. All right, 7 p.m. I'll see y'all, man, and catch y'all on the next one. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch you on the next one. Jordan, take us out, man.
In my bones, crimson in my veins, talking Bama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube, true cut straight from the stone. Ain't no selling their retails, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I breathe it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see your film study so militant. I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep it dope off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach. That's what they say.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro? Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast. What's up, bro? Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. All right, family. That's going to do it for today's show here on the Coach Smook Network. Once again, I'm your host, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. And I truly appreciate every one of you for rocking with us today. Before you head out, make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who needs to be a part of this conversation. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you stay locked in with everything we've got coming your way. We're trying to reach some goals here. And if you believe in what we're building here, I encourage you to take that next step and become a member of the AAA family. Remember, our mantra is authenticity above all. This community is built on real conversations and real insight and real information surrounding sports entertainment. Your membership directly supports the growth of the Coach Smook Network, and every hard-earned dollar contributed is not only appreciated, it's paid for through our monthly contributions to community health and awareness organizations. So you're not just supporting a YouTube channel, you're supporting a cause. Also, don't forget to check out the Coach Smook merch. We've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. It's a great way to show love and support for the network and rep the brand wherever you go. You can find the merch link in our main YouTube page and in the description. Put me in the game, coach. And if you want to stay connected and get more involved with the community, be sure to join the Discord. Just type the command in the live chat or head over to our main YouTube page and click the Linktree link in the description. You can also stay connected with us directly for collaborations, appearances, community service opportunities, and business inquiries by emailing us at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com. Our staff will respond in a timely manner. And for those who want to show additional love, you can always donate directly to the Coach Smook Network through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Every bit of support helps us continue to grow and elevate this platform. We also want to send a huge thank you to our sponsors and partners: Walk On Sports Bistro, Sports Info Solutions, Helping Hands LLC, Men of Standard Executive Security, Goomba Bully Killnos, and most of all, the AAA Phantom. None of this is possible without you. Once again, thank you for all your support, the energy, and the authenticity you bring to the space. Until next time, family, stay safe, stay locked in, and when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.